Hello and welcome everyone. In the video today, I'll be talking to you about one of the technology disruptive companies that is emerging like anything. It is surging every single day when it comes to its market capitalization and share price. That is really unseen and unheard of ever before. So the company that I'm talking about is Tesla, the creator of electric vehicles. So if you may know, the Tesla has been able to beat expectations of every segment of people in the market and has been able to rise every single day at a rate so high that I think it's probably never seen before. And that too, within a pandemic. That's what we are seeing with the company. This company has really just taken off like anything. And this is all despite the fact that this company doesn't really contribute much when it comes to the total number of vehicles that are produced and sold around the world. It's in terms of what it's producing at the moment, it's barely anything. But why is it so happening that this valuation is so high? So first of all, to explain this, I'll tell you, in fact, how big this company is now, given the way the events have unfolded over the last 12 to 15 days, how massively this company has surged. On 26th of June, this company's share was trading at about $960. Today, that is 7th of July, it is trading at about $1,400. So you can see it's almost like a 45 to 50% increase in a span of less than 15 days, what we are seeing, right? Not just 2 weeks have gone by. We're we are yet not done with 2 weeks, and we see almost a 45 to 50% increase. So if you see the market valuation today is about $250 billion, so almost a 50% increase makes up that $250 billion. So basically what I'm saying is that about $80 billion is the value created, or the market capitalization has increased by that much amount. And to tell you more, to explain to you how big that $80 billion dollars a figure is. Ford has been in existence for about 114 years. General Motors has been in existence for about 117 years. The combined market valuation is 24 plus 36. That's roughly about $60 billion dollars. And the surge we see in the market capitalization of Tesla in 2 weeks is $80 billion dollars. So you can see their over 200 years of existence, the value they have created in the 200 years of existence is equal to the value which Tesla has gained in the last 2 weeks, $80 billion dollars versus $60 billion dollars created in 200 years and $80 billion dollars created in 2 weeks. So you can see that is the kind of sentiment people have towards this company. They believe in the vision of Elon Musk, the co-founder of this company, the visionary who has done some remarkable work when it comes to creating some earth-shatteringly different products and items during his lifespan. When it comes to whether it be creating the first company like PayPal, and also recently the SpaceX mission where they ventured, and his vision when it comes to going to Mars. So he's talking about things which haven't been done, or, or which you can say sort of puts him in a position of a pioneer. So Tesla too, along his vision, is becoming a pioneer by producing electric vehicles. And despite the fact that Tesla, as such as a vehicle manufacturer, doesn't really contribute big in terms of volumes of vehicles sold, it does not. It barely accounts for almost like 4 to 5% of the total number of vehicles that are sold by companies like Toyota, Toyota, Ford, and General Motors. The three companies combined make more than 20 to 25 times of the number of vehicles Tesla sells. And despite that, Tesla's market valuation is more than the market valuation of these three combined. To give you an idea, Toyota is valued somewhere like in between 170 to 190 or 200 billion dollars. That's it. So despite that, the market valuation of this company alone, Tesla, is way more than the sum of these three. And and you still never know where the top is. It's just climbing and climbing and climbing and marching up and up and up. You never know when it's really going to stop. By certain estimates, by one of the valued investors of in this company, a bearish case of this company's share price is going to be about $1,500. A bullish case will be $15,000 by 2024. So a bearish case essentially implies that if they are projecting, they have created a hypothesis, they have put certain assumptions out of which they assume that some things are going to happen and some things are not going to happen. So when they assume that the majority of the things that they're assuming at the moment are really going to happen, or something way better than that is going to happen, then the share price is likely to be $15,000. But even if in the worst case scenario, they're projecting that it will be at the least about $1,500 in 2024. That's almost 4 years from now. While a median case is at about $7,000. So this share is trading at about $1,400 to $1,500 right now, $1,400, and we still that investor is expecting almost a 5-time increase in 4 years. So you can see what is the kind of a vision people have about this company. People are probably buying this company like they were buying Apple. We love Apple's products, don't we? Everybody, whosoever has a chance, is trying to get one product of Apple. They want to buy Apple watches, they want to buy Apple iPhones, they want to buy the Apple MacBooks, whatever. So it's a brand which has been created so big and so powerful, unmatched totally. Nobody can come even near it. So same is the case with Tesla. People want a piece of Tesla. And that is why they believe that in the future, when the market reshapes and becomes something else, Tesla will be the leader in that. So as I told you in one of my previous videos, that economy is not exactly what stock market is. And the way we see that sometimes we can't really establish a correlation in between economy and stock market, because sometimes stock markets tend to rise up and up and up while economy may not be doing well. So this is a classic example of what's happening. A company like Tesla is usually a contributor to such a situation, where you see that suddenly there's a surge in the economic, in the stock market. The economy isn't really doing well. So this really gives you an idea of what's happening at the moment, because it's such a big player. It will definitely bring about a change in the way the stock market is going to function, because it's become such a giant player. So I hope that this company is also becoming so great because of the fact that it's really working towards making its products cheap. At the moment, any of the Tesla vehicles are not really cheap. It's in the developed part of the world, people may be able to afford it, but in the developing part of the world, people are not able to afford it. But at the moment, the biggest focus the company has on is on reduction of costs. Now, the obvious question would arise: why wouldn't these other three major automobile manufacturers wouldn't really put money into reducing costs? The simple reasons are the reason is that they are saturated. The market is saturated. They have reached a maturity level that even if they try, because they have been in existence for 100 years almost, they can't really pull their costs down anymore. While a company like Tesla, who's been around for not even 2 decades now, really has a lot of potential to do that. It will, because you will definitely see, even if you see a very marginal increase in the number of units sold over time, still Tesla will have so much of an opportunity to be able to reduce its costs. One of its vehicle, I'm not able to recall the name exactly, one of its model is selling at about $53,000, and they believe that if the costs, if they're able to sell more and more units of cost, and if they're able to control one particular item, that is battery. Battery happens to be one of the most expensive items, which builds up the entire cost. They are able to control these two things. They'd be able to substantially reduce the cost of the vehicle to about $35,000 to $40,000. So that will be a big reduction. So when we talk about R&D and innovation and technology for companies like Ford, Toyota, and General Motors, we can't really expect their products to decline by 30% or 40% in price. Why with Tesla? Because it's just nascent. It's just starting off. There is a big chance that it can do that. And so the world at the moment is thinking that Tesla will be the new leader, and these companies will probably be driven out. At the moment, if you make an argument that Tesla is not going to pick up, I can understand that because probably at the moment we don't have infrastructure enough. In vast majority of the countries around the world, we don't have infrastructure. That's undebatable. That's okay. But the thing is, the future still ultimately belongs to this particular company or similar kind of companies which are going to come up like Tesla in this business. while the time of internal combustion engine vehicles is likely to go. These are the front runners now, the electric vehicles. As governments around the world become more and more cautious and concerned about greenhouse gas emissions, these are going to become the electric vehicle manufacturers are really going to take center stage. They will be the leaders in this new era. So I think in the video today, I've already spoken a lot about what Tesla is doing so great and what possibly is going right with the company, because of which we see such a surge. And there's such a massive potential for this company and even for this sector to explode in the near future, if not immediately, but at least in a couple years' time. And we'll see yet another leader emerge, which already has in terms of market capitalization, but maybe probably in terms of the volume and the way it changes our style of travel is what is all pinned on this protocol company. Okay, on to the next video. Have a good time. Bye bye.